Hi there, it's Lori, and my story is about the alpaca farm that I went to today. It was called an alpaca experience. There were eight alpacas, 10 alpacas, and 3 goats, and they're all buddies. But I'm going to show you the experience, little parts, and I won't be playing the audio because it's not great. So I will be doing a voice over, I guess. So you can kind of see, the experience and learn the things I learned. Like, here's a random goat fact. Male and female goats have udders. There you go. In case you needed to know that. I don't know that males make milk, but maybe they do. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, there you go. All of the animals, all of these animals, the goats and the alpacas, are all male. This farmer, rancher, I guess it'd be considered, does not breed, which is why there's not a female. But he has the breeder he gets his alpacas from. Sometimes requests help in breeding his alpacas. And hopefully you all understand what I'm saying. So, I'm sure what you want to get to is all of that. Yes, there was yarn. I will show the gift shop at the end, along with the one item that I got, and it wasn't yarn. I'll explain a little bit of that as I'm showing you pictures and I'm showing the different videos. I'm going to try to put them in sequence. But the place is called Smooth Alpaca, and apparently they have a YouTube channel. So with that information, I might try to go back, or I might try to arrange with them an interview and share that with you all, so that you can have that experience. And yeah, with that, like I said, I'll do voice under. I'll show you pictures and videos. The pictures will have explanations of what you're seeing and why I took the picture that I took. So here you go. Enjoy these lovely little sweet animals. Oh, and he does not have a llama. Typically an alpaca herd will have a llama, but llamas behave more like guard dogs. Like, they are the protectors. Because of his setup, he doesn't need that. He doesn't need an alpaca, a llama protector for his alpacas. So there you go. All right, enjoy. They're so darn cute. Okay, here are the socials for Smooth Alpaca. This business, we runs it sort of like having they're his pets, but he does shear them once a year. That's why they're all sheared right now. He had to wait until it stopped getting cold, because Colorado's tricky that way. So they only recently got their shearing. And when they get sheared, they get all kinds of care that I'll talk about here in a little bit. But in the first piece, and I forgot to tell my husband to turn the phone sideways. I apologize for that. But I'm feeding him a chunk of grasses and hays and whatever is in there as you walked in, because there's like lots of other people around us. That's part of why I'm not using the audio for most of this as well. But he as you're walking in, he breaks off a chunk of the hay, alfalfa, flowers, whatever it is that's in there for them, and then you feed them. The one that I'm feeding initially, I believe, is Pablo, and then the one with kind of the fluff on his head that's white is named Pablo Picasso. I should finish that. And the white one is, I believe, Laurence Olivier. So, or Lawrence of Arabia. Maybe it was Lawrence of Arabia. Sorry. So the names were all either baseball players, artists, characters. They all had fun names, except for the alpaca named Alan. So that's kind of funny. Anyway, in the second video, I'm actually feeding, I cannot remember that one's name. Sorry. He gave everybody a bag of pellets, and the pellets are like the vitamins and the proteins. I think that's what he said, protein, because they obviously are vegetarians and they need vitamins and minerals and things that they aren't necessarily going to get in their diet when they're contained in the same area. So definitely check them out, and I'll hopefully in one of those socials you can access the store. So after he shears them, he sells all of that to a place in Peru and to the indigenous people there, specifically indigenous women, who then mill it and turn it into items, and then he purchases the items back. It's significantly less expensive than other places. There's a sweater. I'll talk about that when we get to the gift shop, but the price was astoundingly low. And again, I don't know if that's like, if they're giving him a discount because or if he's being paid in items for the fluff, the fur. I don't know what they call it. I don't remember if he said wool. They're alpacas, so I don't know. Is it wool? Anyway, he didn't talk about those things. He talked about the animals themselves. But they need the minerals and vitamins and the sort. So then the other very fascinating thing about alpacas is they all go to the bathroom in one place. And the reason they do this is that it's protective. It is in their instinct to do this and go to the bathroom all in one place so that predators cannot track them. The crazy or really funny part is they line up to use the potty place. So I have a picture of several of them standing around the potty place. I don't know if one of them is actually using the potty place or not, but yeah. And they only go one at a time, and then the next one goes, and they're all that. There is a little bit of a pecking order by age. Lawrence of Arabia, again, I think it's Lawrence of Arabia. He is the oldest, and I believe he said he was 13 years old. And they live to be 20 to 22 years old on average. So when they shear them, the rancher said that one llama produces enough fluff that gets turned into yarn to make 80 pairs of socks. So yeah, one animal, 80 pairs of socks. The difference is they only get sheared once a year. So that's the thing. And they're built for high altitude and not excessive cold. So Colorado is a good place to have that. This was 15 minutes from my house. 20 minutes from my house. And it was very near Red Rocks Amphitheater, which was kind of cool too. And I was joking with my husband that his business plan is that you come in and you pay for the experience, and you're basically paying to do his job. You're feeding the animals and you're petting the animals. There is one little audio bit I will leave in. Because I've never heard an alpaca. So this alpaca, every time I would stop petting his neck, he would start making this sound. So I have a clip of that. I probably forgot to turn my camera too, to be honest. I probably did, but we'll see. Yeah, so some footage my husband took, some footage I took, and then there's a few that are just pictures. But yeah, here you go, and I hope you enjoy. And then I may have to add some more, but I will come back in and show you what item I purchased in the store. And it's not even for me. And they did have yarn, but it was too thin. I really wanted to put this cream-colored alpaca, 100% alpaca yarn that was spun from his animals with my Camille alpaca yarn. I thought it would really make that yarn stand out, but it was just too thin. If it had been a worsted weight, I could have probably gotten away with it, but it was at most a 2-weight yarn. So I was like, darn it. He only had about 20 skeins. And for one 50-gram ball of that, it was $25. To put in perspective how good Camille's hand-dye yarn prices are for alpaca. So that I'm just saying. Anyway. Yeah. So I'll come back at the end and enjoy the one sound that you get with the animal, because how many of you I'll put a poll if I can in the chat, in the comments. How many of you have ever heard an alpaca? I certainly had not heard one before. Not like herded, as in heard with your ears. I'm just being silly. Okay, I'll see you in a minute. I just missed recording the goats going totally wild, and they were like headbutting and all that because they were about to get their corn, so we got to feed the goats too. All the alpaca needed to take a nap after they had been given all that hay and flowers, etc., and their little special treats, their vitamins. This alpaca is one of the young ones, and after the nap, he was still a little tired, so he was yawning, and I did manage to catch the yawn. There was no sound with the yawning, unlike people. People sometimes have sound. The alpaca didn't. Okay, I had to end with this totally cheesing llama. He's going to be with us the rest of the time because, like, he's legit posing. It's fantastic. I almost want to call this one Fabio, but that was not his name. Okay, what did I get from the store? I explained the yarn situation. My husband got a pair of alpaca socks made in Peru. Again, he sends the yarn there and they produce it, and then this is the alpaca from his animals. This can be machine washed and dried because, what did he say? It's alpaca plus, where is it? There it is. 58% alpaca, 25% acrylic, 14% nylon, and 3% elastic. So these are called hiking socks. And the reason my husband got them is because he wanted boot socks that were not overly thick and wouldn't be too warm, but would also be really nice. They are so soft. These, like, if I could make these, I would be thrilled. But again, you have to have quite a blend because with the socks, you want to be able to wash them. Sorry, I'll try to stay over to this side. Let me do this. So we're keeping the cheesing alpaca. He's cheesing for the camera. I'm not going to grab my other stuff, but thanks for coming in. Haven't found her ear. Hug from me, Ma. Can I get an amen? I left that off. She needs an ear. Hugs from me, Ma. Potato Head. Hugs from me. I hope you enjoyed this. And remember, you matter and kindness matters. And be as happy as this alpaca. Okay? Cheese for the camera. All right. Bye.